We'll begin with the public participation portion of the meeting. As I said, the time is now 6:32. Anybody wishing to speak or calling in remotely, please state your name and address for the record. Limit your speaking time to 3 minutes. I don't believe anybody has signed up, but I'll make the call for anyone wishing to speak to the council on the subject matter before us, which is the fiscal year 2027 budget. Is anybody calling in online? No online callers? Second time, anybody wishing to speak on the budget? Once more, anybody wishing to speak on the budget? Seeing none, this closes public participation. The special meeting will begin shortly. It's now 6:33.
Call the vote.
Yes, Your Honor. Alderman McNamara.
Here.
Alderwoman Scott.
Here.
Alderman Simpson.
Present.
Alderman Smedley. Alderman Malinowski. Alderman Gibson. Alderwoman Delernia. Alderman Santiago. Alderwoman Barbosa. Alderwoman Vargas. Alderwoman Maldonado. Alderman Centeno. Alderwoman Ortiz Luna. Alderman Borrero. 14 present, Your Honor.
Will you please read into the...
Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of the warrant.
Okay. Second. Thank you. That was second by Alderwoman Luna. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Alderman Santiago for item number 1.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept item number 1. This is to accept the reports of the committees on planning, zoning, and housing regarding mayor's proposed general fund budget for fiscal year 2026 and 2027, special revenue funds, enterprise funds budgets for fiscal year 2026 and 27, budget appropriations for capital improvement programs for fiscal year 2026 to 2027. That's LoSips.
Okay, any comments? Seeing none? And it was seconded by Alderwoman Barbosa. Okay, seeing no comments, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Alderman Santiago for item number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept item number 2.
Second by Alderwoman Barbosa.
This is to accept the reports of the Committee on Administrative Finance and Law and Public Service regarding mayor's proposed general funds budget for fiscal year 2026 to 27, special revenue funds and enterprise funds budget for fiscal year 2026 to 2027, budget appropriation for capital improvement program for fiscal year 2026 to 2027, which is LoSiP.
Thank you, Alderman. Any comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Alderman Santiago for item number 3.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept and adopt item number 3.
Second by Alderman Borrero.
This is to act upon a resolution regarding a general fund budget for fiscal year 2026-27. And Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion, amendments to the proposed mayor budget as follow.
Is there a second to the amendment? Second by Alderwoman Barbosa.
No, you have to first say it, then you have to do what it is, then she was second after.
For the amendment?
Yes,
Okay,
because we have to prove whatever the amendments are.
okay, so,
Am I correct, Corporal Counsel?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
Second
you.
amendment, after I read what the amendments are, then we approve the second will come in after, right? Am I correct?
Yes, you should state what the amendment is.
Yes.
okay.
All right, is to decrease the use of funding balance by $2,311 and $389. Increase state other than education revenue by $4,671,689. Increase in state for education revenue by $13,292,120. Increase in telecommunications equipment maintenance and repairs expenses by $50,000. Increase in the transfer to the workers' comp funds by $456,144. Increase in the transfer to other funds for Phase 2 of the Willow Street Park project by $564,443. Increase in the transfer to the medical self-insurance fund by $1,289,713. Increase in the BOE non-operating grant to $13,292,120.
Second by Alderwoman Barbosa.
Your Honor, these changes take full advantage of the additional state fundings secured by the Mayor Sanchez and the new Britain delegates to provide an additional $13.3 million for education in addition to the $1 million in the mayor's proposed budget. These changes also fully funds the Willow Street project, maintains our rainy day fund, and begins to pay down the deficit in the workman's comp funds, and I urge adoption.
Any comments on the amendment? Councilman Simpson.
Thank you, Your Honor. When we entered this budget cycle, I committed to fully funding education, and I believe even with these amendments, there is a path forward for that. The superintendent brought us an updated ask after the very extremely hard work that I'm sure you and our state delegation did in getting that 13.3 million. So the Board of Ed's new ask was $5,679,490. And if the current budget as proposed by our city leadership here passes, we have to find another essentially 1.6 million. On top of that, I committed to fully funding the library. So in total, this budget process kind of left me with having to find $7,665,145. And during our discussion with the superintendent, during our joint meeting here, it was revealed that while I committed to providing a budget that was level service, that considered level services, that was not what the superintendent was actually offering. So even with the discount of the dollar amount, 110,000, which is what he cited as part of the kindergarten services that will not be at North End Elementary this coming school year, without cutting anything, with the revelation that we have saved about $425,000 to $450,000 because of insurance negotiations, I think we can do it. And I would just like to lay out how for just a couple minutes. The mayor's budget assumes that we are going to sit at a 97% collection rate, which isn't bad. But actually, Your Honor, would there be somebody from finance to help me with a number here?
Amy?
I appreciate the help here.
Thank you.
So the, through Your Honor. Thank you. Hi. So in our general fund, there's a revenue line labeled current taxes.
Correct. And
just to spare a whole decimal, I'm going to round it to $148 million. Does this represent the 97% of revenues we anticipate to collect, or is this the 100% of revenues that were owed?
it's the 97% that we expect to collect.
Okay. So if we take that number here, and let me just take an open book test if I can. We have $148,270,768. We divide that by 97 to get 1% of that, right? That number comes out to over $1.5 million, and this is money we could use for public education, really for anything we want, but I'm going to highlight education here, without raising taxes, by doing just simply a better job of collecting the money the city is already owed and is planning on being owed. Increasing that 1%, does that affect the motor vehicle supplemental list?
No.
No? Okay, so that's 16,000 I now have to make up here. But because of the 450, we have plenty to play with.
Point of information, if I could ask Ms. Goldsberry?
Sure.
Ms. Goldsberry, in your experience as a financial official here at City Hall, what has been the highest rate of collection? And I know I'm putting you on the spot, but the 97% figure, I assume, is based on past precedent?
Yes, based on historical data. So
Yes.
97% is a pretty good number.
In terms of performance, in terms of almost 100% collection rate, allowing for 3% for various uncollected taxes.
Correct.
So has it ever been at 98% or 99% in your recollection?
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, but typically it's been 97% in my recollection.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is true. 97% is not bad. Municipalities, however, are graded on how well we collect taxes. And 98% puts us in the next, I'm going to call it tier, right? This helps with our bonding. I think this could help with our credit rating, because if we're collecting the revenues that we are already owed, we're demonstrating a stronger ability to pay back any debt obligations. So that can not only help with education, but capital improvement projects. On electrical permits, we have a proposed budget of $150,000, but the past 3 previous years have been either in that ballpark or much higher, correct?
I'd have to look.
This is on general fund page 80 under building and code enforcement.
Which one did you say? Sorry.
Electrical permits, item description 4301, it looks like.
So historically, it's been higher than 150,000.
Let me see. And so if we revert back to the Board of Finance and Taxation recommendation as well as the department ask, this is $100,000. In terms of plumbing permits, I'm looking at a proposed budget of 45, and the same deal, replenishing that to the BFT and department asks adds $30,000 in revenue for us. Same thing for a certificate of occupancy, starting at 25, restoring it by 50, that's 50,000, right? By now, at this point in the budget, we have fully funded the library and we have a few million more to go for education. But I'm looking at sprinklers, budgeted for 10,000, matching it with the BFT and department ask up to 20,000 for education. I'm seeing sanitation residential listed at 250. I'd like to throw an extra 10 on there just because it's not too different from the mayor's proposed, but also it would be, like if you were to rank them in previous year's spending, this next year would be the second lowest amount we're actually anticipating compared to what we actually got. In terms of off-track betting, I'm seeing a listed budget of 50,000. Having a $20,000 replenishment would result in the lowest amount received since 2022 by $16,000. So even with that increase, I would bet there's a surplus waiting to happen there. And now we get to the town aid, which is the substance of this amendment, right? If we take $3.5 million from that, we still have over 1.1 million to do kind of whatever we want with, more or less within whatever parameters the governor and the legislature set. And by still reducing our reliance on the fund balance in the form of a $1.5 million increase, this still reduces our reliance on drawing from our savings by 44% compared to last year. That's still a massive savings. In addition to that, interest income on page 78, 4563. There's about $425,000 that we did not originally budget for that came into these accounts. This is surplus. This is fantastic. This is a source of education funding. And I had a whole list of cuts that I was going to waive, but I was informed that on top of all of this, there's about $450,000 waiting to be saved. So counteracting all of those cuts, there's still $56,000 left over. I think we can fund education, albeit just for this year, to the point where our community asked for it. And I don't think I have ever encountered that in my life in New Britain. I'm just curious to see what my colleagues here think about any of these numbers. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Point of order, Mr. Mayor,
Councilman.
Your Honor, could you frame that, are you framing it in the form of an amendment, Alderman? And what is that amendment specifically, and how do we get to those? Is there anything in the budget to establish how Ms. Goldsberry gets to 98 or 99%? Can you be more specific about your amendment so we can consider it?
Oh, absolutely. So I'll start at the current tax rate then. And somebody, if you have your calculator out, correct me if I'm wrong here. So we start with the mayor's proposed budget of $148,270,768. We divide that by 97 to find that 1% increase. That amount comes out to $1,528,564.62. There's a crazy decimal after it, but it rounds up from 61 to 62. Of that, you can allocate $1,165,972.62 to the Board of Education. This is year-over-year funding, so we can throw that back in the MBR and replenish that, as well as fully fund the library's ask of $339,464. So we have to go back and account for the motor vehicle supplemental, which is $16,000, taken from the 56 left over at the end. That leaves us with $40,275. We'll put that on for later. Electrical permits listed in the general fund. Oh, go ahead.
So your amendment? Sorry, your amendment is to change from 97 to 98 the collection rate in the proposed budget. Is that your amendment?
It's part of it. The other is a different estimate in revenue adjustments based on actual spending and the asks that were made by both departments and the Board of Finance and Taxation.
Yeah.
So this isn't inflating a revenue beyond a reasonable doubt.
yeah.
And it's because of this new $450,000, we don't actually have to make cuts, at least according to this amendment. So I can throw half of this out, we can still fully fund education.
I'm just looking for more specificity on the amendment you're proposing. And I think part of it is changing the collection rate,
Part of it, yes.
and then just upping the estimate. And these are estimates, by the way, this budget.
All budgets are estimates.
Correct. So it could be up, it could be down.
Right. That doesn't change
Yeah.
with any budget, though.
But to me, a lot of time and effort's been put into this budget by the Board of Finance and Taxation, by the mayor's office, by us considering it and holding hearings on it. And it is a stable, flat budget to fund all the services the city offers. And I would just urge you to be more specific on what your amendment is.
Can you be specific as to the specificities you need? Because I did address those.
Well, why don't you proceed? We'll listen, and then we'll determine what to do about it.
Thank you. So, again, electrical permits, budgeted at 150, up that by 100,000. That is item 4301 on page 80. On plumbing permits, we start at 45, up it by 30, back to the original ask, by the way, on also page 80, but it's 430, item description 4302. Certificates of occupancy start at 25, you add 50 back to the ask, also on page 80, but it is item description 4303. Sprinklers, you start at 10,000, add 20,000, that is also on page 80, item 4304. Sanitary and residential, budgeted for 250,000. Only add 10,000 and you come out with the median revenue estimate for the past 4 years. That's on page 79, 4446. Off-track betting, budgeted for 50,000, add 20,000 on page 78, item 4210. And then we come to the town aid. So if this amendment passes, we can do the, what is the number here? 4671689. Sorry, give me 1 second here.
Mr. Mayor, can I have just a point of order? There's an amendment on the floor that, in my opinion, should be dealt with first. And then if the alderman wants to make amendments from there, but I think it's just going to be really confusing if we haven't even made the initial amendments. So I think we've got to deal with the amendment as made by Alderman Santiago, and then the alderperson can make his amendments from there.
Okay, so we will vote on the amendment.
Could I call the question on Alderman Santiago's amendments?
Second by, so the question has been called. Second by Alderwoman Barbosa. On the question, yes. So we'll vote on the question. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Now on the amendment, back to the amendment.
No, so we have to vote on the amendment.
On the amendment, the Santiago, right? So now we'll vote on the amendment, and that is a roll call, if I'm not mistaken, right? With the amendment. So Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
I apologize. What did we just vote on though?
That was just to call the question.
Call the question first.
Question. Now we're on the amendment.
And there is a roll call. On the amendment.
McNamara,
On Alderman Santiago's amendments, yes.
Alderwoman Scott,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Yes.
Alderman Smedley, Alderman Malinowski, Alderman Gibson, Alderwoman Delarnia, Alderman Santiago,
Yes.
Alderwoman Barbosa, Alderwoman Vargas, Alderwoman Maldonado, Alderman Centeno, Alderwoman Ortiz Luna, Alderman Barrero. 14 yeas.
Okay, now back,
Discussion as amended.
right, any discussion on the amendment as amended? Alderman Simpson.
Thank you, Your Honor. So now that we have accepted that amendment, we have the $4.6 million from the discretionary portion of the aid that we just got from the state. So if you take $3.5 million of that, that leaves us with $1,171,689 left over to still play with. Let's see. In addition to that, we can take and still reduce our reliance on our savings by 44% compared to last year. $1,530,721.38 from the fund balance and attribute it to the Board of Education. That's on general fund page 78 under interest. I'm sorry, this is new. Moving on to general fund page 78, interest income. We have, let's see. This is money that was not budgeted last year. So I'm looking at, compared to last year's numbers, we have over $425,000, but I'm only saying to allocate $425,000 according to this. And I'll just reiterate that this money is surplus as of March 31st. So this money's sitting in a savings account, it's accruing interest, and we're gonna have more than that by the end of this fiscal year. That's on the revenue side. And if we substitute, I'm going to say 385,000 of the 450 extra that's coming in. I think we have yet to actually accept it, but if we budget for it, I think that'll put us at the over the hump, so to say.
So Alderman, so you're commenting on the amendment that we just voted on, but are you, do you want to submit an amendment? Is that what you're trying to do here?
For the purposes of the record and to say that I actually did try, I think the answer to that is yes. And I can get this in writing to the city clerk.
And who's in a second?
Second.
On the amendment, Your Honor?
Yes, so
right.
seconded by Alderman Smedley. Alderman McNamara?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the research and your deep dive into the budget. It seems to me that the state aid you've referenced, 4.2 million, is being applied to other things in the amendments I heard from Alderman Santiago. And I would like nothing better to see a 98% collection rate and increase in permit fees. But I consider it highly speculative to substitute one number for another in a budget that takes effect on July 1. And I think the numbers we have before us are more reliable. So respectfully, I oppose the amendment offered by Alderman Simpson.
Any other comments? Okay, so we will then vote on this amendment. This doesn't need a roll call, right? No. No, okay. So all those in favor of Alderman Simpson's amendment, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay.
No?
Motion does not carry. Amendment fails. Now, back to any comments on the amendment, the original amendment. Alderman Smedley.
Thank you, Mayor. So I appreciate the work and the show of the allocation of the 4.6 million. Through you, Mayor, can I have Amy Goldsberry back up to the podium for just a few questions?
Yeah, she's on her way.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
So the 13.2 million that is from the state, is that a pass-through or is that become part of the ECS funding? Does it go directly to the Board of Ed?
No, it goes to the city. It will be part of the ECS
And
funding.
then we're putting it in the non-operational fund, not the MBR requirement?
Correct.
Okay. And then sidetracking from that, just some general questions. What is the current fund balance right now?
Our current fund balance right now, I don't know what it is right this second, but
Point of information.
Sure.
It's, the last audit is unassigned $25 million.
Unassigned 25, and how much is assigned?
Assigned 10 more, approximately 10 more million.
Okay. So roughly 35 million
about
based on
30,
up or
I
down.
agree with about 35 million from our last audit.
Okay. Do you know what the anticipated surplus will be coming up in September for this fiscal year?
Not yet. We haven't
Anyway.
done a surplus report yet.
Okay. Do you recall what it was last year?
At this point in time, I don't remember a year ago.
Okay. A legitimate question, does any council member recall what the surplus was? Okay.
Alderman, we dealt with that last September, previous council, where there were fund balances, including $2.7 million for a tax stabilization fund and other things. But I just have to, oh, I'm supposed to stand up, Mr. Mayor. You tell me that, will you? But again, I don't think we're in a position to be speculating without the financial statements complete, which will probably be done for the auditors, I hope in August, since we've recovered from 4 years of non-compliant audits just this past year. So it's just speculation to ask Ms. Goldsberry what the fund balance is going to be. We're hoping it'll be as high as possible to meet obligations and to apply to other community needs.
Sure, thank you. Just as it's the same to speculate the revenue increases that are here, as Alderman Simpson also pointed out. So any budget is speculation at this point until we have the 97 or 98% collection in the city. So I ask those questions because there's been a pattern of a surplus every year that can be applied to the tax stabilization fund or to education. There was extra funding provided to the non-operational account out of that surplus for the last few years as well for the Board of Education. So knowing that, I would like to propose an amendment to move $1 million to the Board of Education MBR allocation, account ending in 5899, and move $600,000 to the Board of Ed non-operating allocation, account ending in 5811, and the money should be reduced from our fund balance ending in 4571. Thank you.
On second, the amendment was seconded by Alderman Malinowski. Alderman
Your Honor.
McNamara.
On the motion, I think our unassigned fund balance, the other part is spoken for. A healthy amount of fund balance, a rainy day fund, is between 12 and 15%. And I think with the help of the state this year, I think it was about 9%, close to 10% in our last budget. And I think given our fiscal health and to make use of the unassigned fund balance a last resort, because it is a rainy day fund by any other name, I appreciate the intent of the amendment, but I need to oppose it as well. Thank you.
Any other comments? Alderman Smedley? Alderman Simpson?
Just a quick question. Can you just remind me where the funds are coming from and where they're going?
Sure, through you, Mayor. My suggestion is from the rainy day fund or the fund balance, 1.6 total, 1 million to the MBR, and then 600,000 to the non-operating fund, both for the Board of Education.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would be very hesitant to put anything from the fund balance into the MBR simply because the fund balance is a one-time revenue. So if we commit to that $1 million over and over, this is just a budgetary flaw. The amendment that I had proposed earlier would have allocated a lot of the permit fees as one-time revenues to supplant that. So we're going to have this conversation again next year, but on that specific budgetary mechanism, I'd be opposed to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Smedley?
Thank you, Mayor. Through you, is there somebody who can answer questions related to the building permit revenue collections?
Building. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. Microphone, just so the audience, microphone so the audience can hear you. Hit that little symbol.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nomak. Mayor, through you. The revenues that you collected for this fiscal year, does that include the revenue collection of the $456,000 for the building permits for Holmes Elementary School?
What was the first revenue you said? I just missed the word.
For Holmes Elementary School.
Was that part of the building permits?
That's what the school district paid to the city for building permits.
Correct, yes.
So it's included in your revenue collection?
Yes.
What was the estimated amount for the building permits for Smith Elementary School that will be included in this fiscal year's budget?
I believe it was around 400,000.
Less than Holmes.
I believe so, yes. I don't have that exact number, but from my memory, it was about 454.
Okay, I'm not challenging you, Mr. Nomak. I do believe it is substantially higher than that because the building is 3 times the size of Holmes Elementary School. Again, I'm
Are
not
you talking about
challenging you.
just the building permit or all permits?
All permits for.
Oh, okay, then
Smith
yes, it
Elementary
is.
School?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, substantially higher, yes.
So I raise this point of information because essentially what happens is the school district and its contractors are required to apply for permits. And the portion of the money that the school district has to pay out of the project is the city paying the city, right? So we bond for a project, the school district has to then cut a check to the city for those permits. So that is double dipping revenue essentially. So my suggestion would be to look at that as well as Alderman Simpson's proposal to then just deduct the money from our general fund because that's where it's going to go back to anyways.
Any other comments? Alderman McNamara?
I'm not going to use the word speculation again, and those are probably solid numbers since that's your job, I guess, at the Board of Education. I must say, changing this budget as proposed pulls apart a well-thought-out plan to maintain the mill rate as is, and I'm sure our chief building inspector will do his darndest to increase those fees, even though he's been short-staffed for about, no more jobs for you, but, okay. Again, I think we need to think of the budget for sustainability, and not only think about this year, but the following years in terms of this. There's money in this budget to pay some of the reval that's coming up in a year and a half, 2 years, where we're going to have to deal with assessments again. So everything holds together for me as is. Obviously, estimates can be higher or lower, and those adjustments can be made down the road, as you suggested. But again, I must say, if that is an amendment you made, I would like the original amendments to prevail. Thank you.
Alderman Simpson?
Thank you. Just to tag on to your point, Alderman McNamara, if we were to take 1.6 million from the fund balance and put it in the non-operating fund, while the Board of Ed couldn't use that specifically for things like teacher salaries, Your Honor, I believe that line item budget would still just be in your hands. So if you so chose to, you could just release the funds after they're appropriated. And then the Board of Ed, if they're wise in my opinion, would use the non-operating funds they already have, bump those to the side, and free up money on their end. So I think I would support a transfer to the non-operating fund simply because it's coming from a one-time revenue. And to his point on sustainability, he's right. Revals are coming in 2027. They're going to take effect, what, 2028? So using the one-time revenue here, I believe is okay because it's going to be one time, and then apparently we're going to have a sustainable funding mechanism going forward. Thank you.
Alderman Smedley.
Thank you. Through you to Alderman McNamara, I don't disagree with you, Alderman, but there was a serious request from our school district after a very serious public campaign for what is needed for the school district to operate and to continue the services that are offered. So I also hear what Alderman Simpson said. So what I would like to do is withdraw my original amendment and allocate the 1.6 to the non-operational fund versus the MBR. So I would withdraw my original amendment and make a motion to amend to allocate 1.6 million to the non-operational account ending in 5811 and reduce the fund balance account 4571 by the 1.6 million. Thank you.
Second by Alderman Malinowski.
And if I may, if nobody else wants to comment. So I would also agree that moving the money to that non-operational account, Mayor, gives you the ability and gives the council the ability to consider using the surplus that will come in the next few months and say, okay, yep, there's actually surplus there. We can actually back up the 1.6 million out of the general fund so that it's not a one-time hit to the budget that would possibly affect, or to the account that would possibly affect the credit rating. Not to mention, our kids need it, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you.
Alderman McNamara. Alderman Santiago.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. Obviously, we all know that we need to find money for the kids. The thing about it is that we're playing hand shifting here with this money because again, at the end of the day, we don't know what the city's capability. We had a COVID, we had pandemic, and we didn't have the funds to support that. As you know, that our why we're putting money into telemarketing and telecommunications and our hardware is because we're behind. So we keep pretending that we have money coming in when we don't really have money coming in. I mean, I've seen it for where, you know, our streets are still not paved. Our sidewalks are still not paved. We got all these things that we're talking about, assuming. We keep assuming. We got to look at the facts right now. At this point in time, we got to think that the state gave us $3.3 million and that the mayor actually put $1 million into the MDR, which means it's guaranteed money for this year. We don't know what's going to happen another year from now. And again, I would support it if I knew it was guaranteed. That's my thing, and I've always been that way. I've been very fiscal about my responsibilities, and I'm going to be to the front. I would, if there was the money, I could say, hey, move it over. I would absolutely support it. But at this time, right now, that we're still going through managing, looking through our finances as it is now, I would think that we want to be more stable about and more fiscally responsible about what we have going on than try to assume that we're going to have money coming in. Because again, you've been short-staffed many years, and I know you've been, you know, you yourself been out there, hands on the boots on the ground, doing the things you had to do. And I've seen it. I've seen many of our police officers, our firefighters, all our workers been really out here doing their thing, and the schools and the teachers, they've been doing their thing. However, we don't have that money. As much as everyone assume that we have it, it's not there. Until we keep assuming that, you know, even the point of us, you know, the licenses and register, you know, those things. I work in that field, and I see it where it comes and goes, depending on what we have for infrastructure or we got for you know, home improvements or things like that. We don't know what everybody feels like, because again, at this point in time, it seems like even we don't even have land. We're short. We're land poor. So for us to think about building more things when we don't have it at this point in time, I think we should need to be a little bit more responsible, take a look at what we got for now, and then be happy that we actually had something that came in from the state side that our mayor and the state delegates worked their butts off to get. So at this point, I will support the amendment I have and the budget that the mayor have for 100%. Everything else after that, I'm sorry to say, I need to see some more proof. Because again, at the end of the day, I didn't even get the amendments from him or you that says, hey, by the way, that we're getting, you got mine, right? It's on your desk. You got yours on your desk. I didn't get none of those to say, let me take a look at it. I know it's on your desk now. I got it today too. So that being honest, I'll be fair. All the amendments were done today. So we got them, but we all got it on our desk. But I didn't get either one of those two from you guys. So, you know, I give my seat.
Alderwoman Luna?
Your Honor, I make a motion to call a question.
Second.
Question has been called, seconded by Alderwoman
But we have to vote
Barbosa.
on the amendment, on his amendment.
Okay, so there's going to be a roll call on
His amendment.
Smedley.
Call the question, I'm sorry. Call the question, yes.
Call that question. Okay. Madam Clerk? This is on the call for the question.
Alderman McNamara.
Yes to act on Alderman Smedley's amendment.
No, call the question.
Call the
Call the
question.
question.
Yes.
Here I go again. Yes to call the question.
Alderwoman Scott.
Yes.
Alderman Simpson.
Nay, for the fact that our community asked.
Alderman Smedley. No. Alderman Malinowski. No. Alderman Gibson. No. Alderwoman Delernia. No. Alderman Santiago.
Yes.
Alderwoman Barbosa.
Yes.
Alderwoman Vargas. Yes. Alderwoman Maldonado. Yes. Alderman Centeno.
Yes.
Alderwoman Ortiz Luna.
Yes.
Alderman Barrero.
Now we have
9-5, sir. Your Honor.
on the amendment, on his amendment.
Yeas have it.
Okay, so the ayes have it. Now we will go back to.
The mic?
Now we will go back to voting on Councilman Smedley's amendment, original amendment. Does it have to be a roll call, or does it? Doesn't have to be a roll call. Okay. Okay, so now it's a roll call. Madam Clerk? This is to vote on Alderman Smedley's amendment to the amendment.
Alderman McNamara.
No.
Alderwoman Scott.
No.
Alderman Simpson.
Your Honor, this is for the amendment to transfer 1.6 from the fund balance to the non-operating fund. Yay, thank you.
That's a nay?
Yay.
Yay, okay. Alderman Smedley.
Yes.
Alderman Malinowski. Yes. Alderman Gibson. Yes. Alderwoman Delernia. Yes. Alderman Santiago.
No.
Alderwoman Barbosa. No. Alderwoman Vargas. No. Alderwoman Maldonado. No. Alderman Centeno. No. Alderwoman Ortiz Luna.
No.
Alderman Barrero.
No.
9-5. Nay.
So the amendment fails. Now we're back to the original amendment.
Your Honor. Call the question.
Okay, a question has been called again and seconded by Alderwoman Barbosa. Now we will vote on the question. You can stay there. We don't have to do a roll call on this one. So all those.
Call the question, yes.
There is a roll call on that. Yes, call the question.
Okay. Alderman McNamara.
Call the question. To call the question, yes.
Alderwoman Scott.
Yes.
Alderman Simpson.
Yes.
Alderman Smedley. No. Alderman Malinowski. No. Alderman Gibson. No. Alderwoman Delernia. No. Alderman Santiago.
Yes.
Alderwoman Barbosa. Yes. Alderwoman Vargas. Yes. Alderwoman Maldonado. Yes. Alderman Centeno. Yes. Alderwoman Ortiz Luna.
Yes.
Alderman Barrero. Yes. 10-4. Yeas.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now we will go back to vote on the amendment as amended. Motion as amended, yes. And there is a roll call. Good thing you stood there.
I don't think I have any more space, but let me see. Alderman McNamara.
A yes to the original amendments.
Alderwoman Scott.
Yes.
Alderman Simpson.
This is on adopting or just the amendments?
This is adopted.
Adopting, I committed to a fully funded education system and a fully funded library. No.
Alderman Smedley. No. Alderman Malinowski. No. Alderman Gibson. Alderman Delernia. No. Alderman Santiago.
Yes.
Alderwoman Barbosa. Yes. Alderwoman Vargas. Yes. Alderwoman Maldonado. Yes. Alderman Centeno.
Yes.
Alderwoman Ortiz Luna. Yes. Alderman Barrero. Yes. 10-4. Yeas have it.
The motion carries.
No, I think it would be 9. I think 9-5, because he voted no. You voted
Yeah.
no, right?
Simpson, Alderman Simpson was a no.
Oh, hold on a second. My apologies. 9-5.
Okay.
Number 4.
Okay, Alderman Santiago for item number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept and adopt item number 4.
Second by Alderwoman Barbosa.
This is to act upon a resolution regarding the special revenue funds enterprise fund budget for fiscal 2026-27. And Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to amend the mayor proposed special revenue fund budget as follows. Decreasing the budget for the BOE Medical Self-Insurance Fund to $31,859,162 and decreasing the budget for the City Medical Self-Insurance Fund to $15,450,941. Increasing the budget for the Workers' Comp Fund to $4,990,097. An itemized statement of the line items changed by funds has been approved to all council members, has been sent to all council members and clerk.
Is there a second? Second. Second by Alderwoman Luna. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. There's
Alderman
also,
Santiago.
this change has provided additional $450,000 and $430 in the budget savings to our school district for the fiscal 26 budget. 27, I'm sorry.
And your
And urge adoption.
Okay. Any comments on this? Alderwoman Scott.
I just wanted to go back to what Alderman Santiago was saying about not assuming. My father always said, never, ever, ever assume. And so I am voting yes to this budget because while it does not raise taxes, it still provides services.
Alderman,
Oh, is this not a good
I'm
time for
sorry,
me to say it?
point of order, this is different.
Okay.
This pertains to the special fund. That would have been from the other, so we're, so
okay.
it would be under this amendment.
All right.
We're discussing the amendment at hand. Any, Alderman Simpson?
Thank you. This is how much we saved? 400,
$150,000.
$450,000. And those savings came from the Board of Education health insurance accounts that we negotiated?
Correct.
And we're not reinvesting that money back into education?
Point of information, it is saving the Board of Education that amount of money, which means that's money they don't have to spend on self-insurance. It's
Right.
money they can hire paras and do things like that.
This is money they still have?
They get back.
Good, thank you.
Any other discussion? Okay, so all those in favor of the amendment say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Any comments on the item as amended? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Alderman McNamara,
Yes, as amended.
Alderwoman Scott,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Yes.
Alderman Smedley. Alderman Malinowski. Alderman Gibson. Alderwoman Delarnia. Alderman Santiago. Alderwoman Barbosa. Alderwoman Vargas. Alderwoman Maldonado. Alderman Centeno. Alderwoman Ortiz Luna.
Yes.
Alderman Barrero. 14 yeas.
Motion carries. Alderman Santiago for item number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept and adopt item number 5.
Second by Alderwoman Luna.
This is to act upon a resolution regarding the budget appropriation for capital improvement program 2026 to 2027. And Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to amend the mayor's proposed LoSiP allocation by removing Station 1 roofing and adding infrastructural, hardware, and fiber.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderwoman Luna.
By removing the Station 1 roofing, which was allocated, fully funded in 2026 LoSiP resolution, this funding will give much needed for the IT infrastructure improvements, and I urge adoption.
Any comments on this item? Case as amended. Alderman McNamara.
I asked about the appropriation for infrastructure, hardware, and fiber. As we all recall, in January, there's a canary in the coal mine saying we need to improve our cyber system and have maximum protection on it. So I think the intent of this is to bring outmoded systems up to date. And with that, I support the amended resolution. Thanks.
So now we will vote on the amendment, which is, because we don't need a roll call. So all those in favor of the amendment say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Any comments on the item as amended? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman McNamara.
Yes.
Alderwoman Scott.
Yes.
Alderman Simpson.
Yes.
Alderman Smedley. Alderman Malinowski. Alderman Gibson. Alderwoman Delarnia. Alderman Santiago.
Yes.
Alderwoman Barbosa. Alderwoman Vargas. Alderwoman Maldonado. Alderman Centeno. Alderwoman Ortiz Luna. Or Alderman Barrero. 14 yea.
Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, second by Alderwoman Luna. The time, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. Special meeting is adjourned at 7:33 p.m.
Now we got